Hello YouTube, this is Chelsea from STEM APKs. Welcome to another tutorial. In the last tutorial, as you remember, we were working with OpenGL on the Android platform. And in this tutorial, we're going to be doing something similar, but we're going to be digging deeper into the metal. What do I mean by that? In the last tutorial, we used OpenGL, but we used it with the framework API from Android, Java base. But in this tutorial, I'm going to introduce the native development kit, or the Android NDK, which is mostly C and C++. Why am I doing that? Because, as you know, OpenGL can work with is cross-platform, and it also in the Android platform it can use the framework API or it can use the NDK. Uh, there are not very many tutorials out there that talk about the how to get closer to the NDK, and that's why I'm making this tutorial. Because if you're interested in learning OpenGL as a stepping stone into learning Vulkan, this tutorial can become very handy because Vulkan, just as OpenGL, can use the Android NDK, and also is as you know, Vulkan is in its ascendance. Every year more and more people are learning more about it. I mean, it's still, I'm not saying I don't know when it will completely replace OpenGL or if it ever will. That's not what I'm here for. I'm just here to introduce you to a section of the Android uh, platform that there are not very many videos made. That's why I'm making this video. And what am I doing? What I'm doing is doing some math calculation in the background. I'm integrating Java with C and C++ using the Java native interface. And what we're going to do is just take the something very basic. It's just the area of a triangle, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna show you how you can integrate Java with C and C++ in the Android platform. And that's what we're gonna do. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do, I I I was going to write it together with you, but the tutorial would have been too long. So I rather take the time to explain what's going on here. The first thing you need to do, let's look at these here. If you don't know how I got here, all you need to do is let's do it together so you know. So let's say you go new project, right? You go C++, native C++, say yes, next. You call it, in my case, I called it my native application because native is NDK. So let's call it my native application. Okay. And then hit enter. And then it's going to ask you, do you want the tool chain default? Say yes. And then it's going to open a project. Okay. In my case, I'm not going to do that because in order to save time, I already did it. So it's a lot easier to follow along. So it's this one. So let's first of all start with the Java. When you first get it, you're going to get my application 2. You're going to get, this is what Android created for you. This is what makes your application come alive, right? It has your text view. It's bringing the Android bundle and so on. is loading. This is different. This is completely NDK related. It's loading the library. So in this case, it's called native library. And then this is just basic Android right here. It's creating the instance, is the activity main. This is where it's telling you all the things about your app, right? So if you but we're not interested in that part of uh, of Java Android today. What we're going to do is dig right into native development kit, C and C++, and bring it integrated with this application. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of the text view because we don't need it, right? And I'm going to get rid of this also. We don't need it. None of these. Actually, no, we don't need none of that. Actually, let's go back to mine so you can follow along. This is what I did. I got rid of the text view, as you can see, delete it, and I kept import Android util log because we're gonna use the LogCat, and I'm gonna leave this here so you're able to copy it. So you're gonna go public class main activity extends app compat activity. This is just like the way it was in the project that you got, but this is no private static final string tag equals native app. This is where this is very important in order to get the messages directed towards the logcat, and it's gonna make more sense us when we do it. So that is the no. So you gotta add that line, and this is it was already there in the last one I showed you before. That's part of the NDK. This is also no. I'm going to What we're going to do is calculate the area of a triangle. So it's base times height divided by 2, right? So what we're going to do is a private native string calculate area, and then it's going to be a double precision base, and then double precision height. That's all that means. Now you're back to the Java world here. This is this came when you created the main activity. So it's protected void on create bundle save instance state that was there. Okay, because as you can see, that's the activity main that is right there. Activity main XML. But this is no, and this is log dot d for debug, open parenthesis, tag is the same tag from here, tag, and then the function, or in the Java world will be the method. Calculate area, and then it will tell you the base because it knows it's got two parameters here, base and height. So it automatically tells you base and it tells you height. That's the advantages of using an IDE. Even though you guys know that I don't like IDEs that much, but in this case, it's very handy. So now this is all of the Java going on right here. That's all you need. And you can see it's right here. Nothing else. You don't worry about anything else. All you need to worry is about this one and that one. Now we're going to deal with native lib.cpp. It's a C++ file, and we're going to look at it. And as you can see, now we're in the C++ world. We're including the Java native interface .h. You cannot do anything without that. That's the bridge between C, C++, and the Java Android world. Here, we're including string, just basic, and we're including C math because we're doing math. Actually, we don't even need C math anymore because I'm not using macros. And Java, calculate area. And in this looks weird, but don't worry about it. It looks scary, but it's not. Extern C, that's just it has to have it. I don't want to get into that. That's beyond this tutorial. JNAI export JString. When you're dealing with strings, you're going to be using JString JNI call. Okay? And then very important here, even though you're in the C and C++ world, you gotta let Android know that Java still is the king here. So you gotta let them know Java.com is stem APKs, which is this right here, com stem APKs, but it's the same thing. But instead of dots, it's using underscores. So it goes Java underscore com underscore stem APKs underscore my native application underscore main activity, which is main activity. This is all you're doing right here. It's common stem APKs, my native application underscore main activity, and the name of the function, which in this case, the function is calculate area. And then some funky stuff, but just they have J in it. So it just says J inv, you can call it environment, J for object, J double base, J double height. But the most important thing you need to know is base, height, okay? But in order for this to work, you gotta keep it the way they have it. Okay, now this is just basic C and C++. We're back into the double. Forget the J there, but you gotta include it. So it's just double area equals a formula. Base times height divided by 2. Char, I'm just giving it the amount that I think it might take, how many char might take. Sprintf, just basic function. Output, the area of the triangle is, just basic C, C++. Return, JM, and it's a pointer as you can see there. And there's the pointing towards the new string UTF output. And that's all it is. So once again, go back here to main activity. There you have it. And now you have it native live in the C and C++ world. Now we're ready to build. You don't need anything. Everything here was generated. So you don't need, I didn't create anything here. It was generated when you ask for C and C++ support. So we're ready to build. And then it opens the build and makes sure that everything is successful. And then I'm going to open the LogCat because as you can see here, I'm I'm using LogCat for system messages. It's as close to the middle as it gets. Excuse me. So that's why I'm using this. So let's open LogCat. So it's where is it? Oh, it's right there. So open LogCat and let's run it. And I'm going to be running it on my phone that is connected. I have 4 emulators here and my phone. So I'm gonna run it on 2 so you see how it runs on both. Hit OK. Oops, I picked an emulator. That's fine. Oops, but I picked one of the old ones. It's gonna take forever. I do not want that. Those are I'm using those emulators when I'm using older code. But they take a long time. So I'm using my phone, and then I hit OK. And as you can see, the LogCat started going crazy here. But what we're looking for is this. We're looking for native lib. It says the area of the triangle is whatever meters in the area. Okay, and then just 7 times 6.5, and then we look for it into the LogCat, and there it is. As you can see, says the area of the triangle is 24.375 meters. And if you don't believe me, we go into calculator here. We go 7.5 times 6.5 divided by 2, and there it is, 24.375 meters. So it is correct. It did the math the way it was supposed to do it. And that's using my phone. But you can also, that's a phone that I have connected in the computer. But if you want to use an emulator, it's no problem. Just open here, and instead of using my old Motorola Moto G, you can use this emulator right here. It's a Nexus 5X API 28 x86. It's a lot faster than the other one. And as you can see, it opened this one. And let's clear this so you know that it's no. And lock, clear the LogCat, and then let's do it again. And okay. And then instead of the Motorola, let's pick my Nexus emulator. And as you can see, it is here, and there it is. Native application. The area of the triangle is 24.375 meters. And there you have it. That's now you know how to integrate C and C++ in the native development kit of Android with the Java Framework API. And this is the end of this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please click the like box and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time with another tutorial. Have a great day.